Well, welcome. I gotta laugh. I gotta laugh real quick. Because just when I was going live, Teach popped in. But, hey, gentlemen, welcome to another edition, another installment of Hashtag Make It Black. I'm your host, Donnie Alamonte Morris, here with Beast Johnson, and the surprise bleeping, Ania Joe, a.k.a. Teach. Teach, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm stranded in New York. I'm on my way
Oh,
to Burkina Faso, but our flight is delayed. And I said, well, let me get something to eat. And right when I sat down at the table, I seen the notification. I said, let me pop in. I might as well. You might get some background noise, but I'm with you all in spirit.
Yes, you is, Teach. Yes, you are. We have
I
pictures
ain't know
on here.
what was.
So,
All I saw was the hair at first, and I saw this motion right here. So I was like, "Is that me rolling up?" I was like, "Oh no,
you
let's
know,
see. Oh, let's see. Eat. Oh, she eat. She's slamming down right now."
yeah, because like
Yeah.
my my issue was when I was talking to Beast, I was eating too. I was eating some of this too. So I guess Teach that makes the two of us.
Hey,
But
don't feel bad. Don't feel bad because you caught me right when my food got done.
so we catch
The
everybody
microwave
with
went
our
off,
flow.
and then you popped in. I was like, "Well, it's in the microwave. I'll reheat it up later."
hmm
That's good. That's good. But y'all know the deal. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get started with our opening statements. And Beast, you got first dibs.
All right. I want to talk about fulfilling milestones and really just believing in yourself. Over the last couple podcasts, we've been talking about the local artist movement within my city and how we've just all came together for a unified front. And every event that we throw, it seems to get bigger and better beyond our own comprehension. Had a album release party for one of my fellow artists, Fat Gangster. Y'all know him as Mr. Christopher Stevenson from Daddy Do. And while he was performing, he got a chance to do something that a lot of artists don't get a chance to do. I was very proud of him for it because not only did he get a chance to actually make a complete project of music and release it, but to be supported and embraced by the community, as well as being able to dedicate a song and perform that song for your mother or your loved ones. As artists, we all like to pay that respect and give that reverence. But often we're not allowed to do it face to face, whether it be God calling those individuals home before we reach that acclaimed status. You hear many rappers now saying how they do this for their mamas and their grandmas, but those family members didn't get to see them make it to that point. I got to see a fellow artist dedicate and perform and show his love and give his roses to a loved family member, to his mother. And I had to make sure to let him know that, bro, most folk got to sell millions of records and get a Grammy or two, at least get nominated before they actually get a chance to perform for the family like that. You did that with your first album. I'm so proud of it. Don't let nobody ever tell you ain't done nothing. Because the simple fact that you was able to get all these people together is a testament unto itself. When you really believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing, and most importantly, you're doing it for righteous, noble reasons. People get behind me. People support that. People will give their last for them. When I said it was so much love, this event was done out in the park. It was a hot day up in the 90s. You got all these dark-skinned chocolate folk, dreadheads like myself, and dark black tees out in the middle of the sun in a park, sweating. Most of us darkies don't like to be outside for 2 minutes on a good hot day. But we was out there for hours in support, showing love. That's a powerful thing right there. We believe what he believed. He believed what we believe. So we can get behind that. So black folk, regardless of a person's past, if they believe in the community, if they're supporting the community, if they're willing to sacrifice for the community, then your ass need to get in line and support them. Your ass need to get in line and help them. You just need to get in line. Because that type of love is few and far between, but that type of love is the most powerful love that can be found on earth. That's the type of love that moves mountains. That's the type of love that makes movements and creates historical change. So once again, I just want to give a shout out to my man Fat Gangster, aka the Bipolar Bear, for releasing his work, for being a part of this movement, and just for giving that energy that need to be given. I thank you, brother. And you're going to get your roses from me today. And you're going to get roses from everybody. And everybody, don't be scared to throw out some roses. Better get your roses now when you can smell them than get them later on when you can't do nothing about it. And with that being said, I yield the floor.
My opening statement is, first of all, I want to do a shout out to our guest. I am for sure going to let y'all know that this business that we've been showing all last week, go ahead and move out the way, Simply Amazing Treats. I actually bumped into them this past weekend, tried their new treat, and which they will be showing on the show. They are go this coming Wednesday. Cannot wait. And I told them, I said, I will build the show as much as I can. You can check them out on their Facebook and also their Instagram. So I just wanted to shoot them out on this opening statement, as I will be doing during the whole entire duration of this show. Now, to my actual opening statement. Me and Beast, mainly me, it was the idea, and Beast just built upon it. We are working on a pay-per-view that we want to do soon. About the conversation about men and women, mainly black men and black women. What's the disconnect? Where can we come to the middle and come to an understanding of building the family structure again, to build that infrastructure? And the reason why this came to be for me is because, you got the blue pill, you got the red pill, and mainly the first person you would think about is Kevin Samuels. And a lot of people are getting their advice from him. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with what he's saying and all that stuff, but I think rather than having him basically be a representation of all of us black men and answering all these women, and sometimes answering them in a very derogatory way, I was like, why don't we just have a show actually where we have 3 from the opposite sex with 3 different statuses? You got the ones that are married, ones that are in a relationship, and then you got the other who is just single. So we can get a mixed bag and get to a solution on what's the issues, and let's get to the answers to these problems, as myself and Beast going to mediate. So that's in the works for a pay-per-view right now, and the point of having this type of pay-per-view having this type of discussion, that we have equal representation. And then also, I don't want them, whoever the panelist is going to be, whoever we choose, I don't want them to just be like, yeah, you're right, you're right. We want them to be as raw. We want them to say how they feel and don't hold nothing back. We know what we're getting ourselves into. We know exactly what this conversation will lead to. We're not going to say it's going to be all rosies and everybody's saying kumbayas and handing out lollipops. We know that it's going to get heated at times. It's going to get testy. It's going to get fiery. But with all that, the issues will be addressed and solutions will be made. We're going to give y'all more information. We also going to give you a date when we're going to be doing this pay-per-view. I believe this is something that we should be talking about. And it should not be somebody that people just call just to get answers. Have somebody just represent us and have a call-in show. That's not how you get answers. So we just create this pay-per-view so we actually can work on it all together. It's probably not going to be in person, but we will do it all together. And we're going to continue giving you updates and the word on this pay-per-view and hope that you do that. With that,
please have your photo identification.
Good evening, everyone. I want to be brief. You see, I'm in my backpack. I have to get onto my gate and my battery is low. But I want to first say to Beast, congratulations. I admire and I appreciate the work that you and the artists are doing. That is what you're supposed to do. And I'm glad to know you. I'm glad to know that you're allowing the star that you were born with to lead and guide you. And then on to Donnell, because you were my student, I'm really, really proud of the strides that you're making. And this initiative of the men coming together is showing your kingship. Men have to lead, and it is imperative. So again, you are leading with the star that's in you. So I won't be too long. My opening statement is simply patience. I have been tried to the utmost on this trip, but this is a trip of miracles. And miracle upon miracle upon miracle has been unfolding since I embarked upon this trip. I started out going to Cameroon. As you all know, the borders are open. I can now go and deliver the Global Community Day of Service in delivering the tablets that we raised the money for earlier this year. So I was happy about that. But in addition to that, I was called to be the speaker at the University of Boya. And then in midway, they said, we want you to be the keynote speaker. And so I was glad about that. But even as I was making the arrangements to go to Cameroon, then the African Union called and said, okay, Anita, we need you in Burkina Faso. We're officially launching the African Languages Week, and we want you to be the ambassador of the 6th region and represent the diaspora of the United States in this launch. So I'm on my way to Burkina Faso. And, you know, we had to take these COVID tests. So I took the COVID test, got on the first airplane. I'm at the second airplane, and they're like, oh, this test won't do. I said, yes, it will. Okay. And so she made me actually call my doctor's office, which they were still open at the time. And I can't even imagine what would happen. She did not want to let me on the flight until she got an email confirmation from the doctor that I had taken the test. But what do you think the documentation that I showed you was? It was the negative result of a COVID test, the PCR specifically. Okay. And so then right after that, then they tell us, oh, your flight is going to be delayed by 3 hours. So I decided to come get something to eat. And so that makes my last flight, which actually takes me to my destination, to be canceled. And God knows when I will be booked on that flight. So for the next 2 days, I will be in the airport. So I just ask that you all bear with me. My battery is getting low, and I was so smart and brilliant. I packed my cigarette lighter adapter, but I put the plug in my luggage. So unless I get to a USB port, I won't have any more. I'm sorry, they're asking for my plate. I won't have any more power, so I'm just going to hang around in the background. If you all don't mind, I'm rooting for each and every one of you. And if I go off, because I don't have any power, but more power to the people. And also Seepaway, I believe yesterday he was en route to Japan. So I believe they're supposed to make the decision on the 28th. So we are being prayerful, hopeful. We're sending positive energies that the review board will in fact and indeed allow Seepaway to compete. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I yield the floor.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let's thank Cheddar Plus Popcorn for sponsoring this whole entire show. Real Cheddar Plus Popcorn. They actually got a new commercial. I'm actually working on a commercial of his, but I'm still in the works. But other than that, I do want to say this. Teach, thank you. I think I speak on behalf of Beast and everybody on the show for having you on the show. I always say this show has started because I said I was going to produce you a show. And when I started doing this, and you came on, I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can get Teach to come up on here and all that stuff. And I'm happy that you bring inspiration, you bring that love to the show, and just make me just feel even more inspired to do this show more and more each and every day. And I said that with this show that you will have your own show and people know that you are forced to be reckoned with. And Teach, I think for everybody, from Seepaway to even Professor O to even our boy Bragg, we thank you for being a part of this show. If you don't realize that you are the nucleus to this show. So I always wanted to tell you that.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
Well, I thank you. I forgot to mention that, on the 17th, I had a Zoom conference. Mm-hmm. Panelist called me yesterday and said he is the director of African Studies at the University of Ibadan in Nigeria. So he has invited me to Abidjan. So in the next couple of weeks, I said before the 15th of August, I should be in Nigeria. So Just I'm going country
Ooh.
hopping. I'm going country hopping. Okay. and
That's a
and I
teacher get away with
just
it now.
Yeah, I
and
know.
if you get a chance to look at that Zoom meeting, it was hot. It was on fire. And they're just clamoring for my presence. And I'm thankful to my creator that he endowed me with the gift to give to other people. And now these other people want me. Well, Donnell, you know I've been doing this for a while. And
Yeah.
there's times where it's really, really heavy, then there's times where it's thinned out. But this is a heavy period now. And I'm happy because, you know, the other week I was stressed out because I didn't know what I was gonna do. But look
Yeah.
at God.
hmm and yeah, Tish, I was there with you where we were both going through our ordeal, not try to get too personal for her. I was going through my situation. Tish was going through her situation, but it still didn't stop me for us to have that show. I think I still got the video footage recorded on my other laptop, Tish. I would share it out there to people, but I want you to look at it first before I do.
Yes, let me look at it.
Because I remember I had the lights and all that stuff, and like some videos actually came out pretty good, pretty clear. But I'm gonna have you look at it before I show everybody how we was up in your room and all that stuff. That was pretty cool. But yeah, so let's go into our topic, and while we still got teacher on before she can get on her flight, it's blacks supports blacks. Basically, we not only just talk about business, we talk about supporting blacks in general. Why is that becoming much more of a myth as the years go on by? I'm gonna start with Beast. Do you feel that's becoming a myth, or is just something that's on the back burner?
Both. I feel like honestly, it's a combination of it's something that we keep on the back burners just to say it's there, but it's honestly become a societal myth amongst our culture. Like there's so much division and ignorance amongst ourselves. We believe more that our skin folk ain't our kin folk. And because of that, it makes it harder for us to really come together because we always look at each other like one of y'all is an interloper, but you're not gonna own up to it. Now, how you feel about it, Tish? Do you think it's more of a myth or a back burner issue?
I think it's both ways. I think as we it goes back to that black agenda.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to that black agenda. It's tied into it. If you feel that you have everything that you need, a job, a house, you make it away with your significant other, whatever stage that's in, you know, you're going with your kids, you may not see the need to buy black. You want to keep up with the Joneses. You want to be able to, you know, say, I have a Michael Kors purse, or I have a Versace, this, and the other. And it comes into and there's some of the things that I'm dealing with when I go in the international field is to talk about believing in oneself and offering that supreme product, offering a product that as a black person, you don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to bring down your price because you're black, but you can offer a superior product and market it to the world and make your millions like anybody else. But oftentimes we find that we feel inferior within ourselves. We may have the bomb product, but that self-esteem does not make us think we do. And therefore, someone say, well, you know, let me, you know, get the sister hookup or the sister discount or the brother hookup. You're going to go down on your price, which means you go down on your bottom line, which is your wealth. You always make exchange for your wealth. And my husband and I had this conversation the other day, how in his country, you know, if you want to buy something, they always barter the price down. And he said the only place that you can go in his country and pay the price is at the pharmacy. Pharmacies say that cough syrup costs 10,000 safer. That's what you're gonna pay. You're not gonna say, well, can I get it for 5,000? Because the pharmaceutical company said our bottom line is we want our money for this product because we're looking at how much wealth we want to build. But the average black person here and also overseas, they allow themselves to be devalued. And so when that devaluation happens over and over and over again, then it becomes real and not just a myth. Like I was talking about the University of Ibadan in Nigeria. The professor broke down the status, and what he said was that in the world of schools, they rank 400. In the ranking of schools within Africa, they rank in the top 10. And then he went down the list of African presidents that actually went to school. Playwrights, very notable people that have some status or prestige to their name, they went to that school. I almost said, well, you know, when I come, I want to take a couple of classes, you know. So, but those same students, they may get their undergraduate degree there, but they'll feel that they're really educated after they get the undergraduate degree and go to Europe, to Oxford, or come to America, to any school that people haven't even heard of, okay? But they'll feel validated because they got education in America. Because America, you know, they set the standard. And basically the standard is whatever they say it is. And it's just like with Simone Biles. What's happening with her? She has a routine that's up, over, and above. No one can match it. So therefore, they don't even want to give her credit for doing it.
True.
Yeah. Trying to break her self-esteem, trying to break her down. You know, you just need to not shine enough. Just, you know, don't even try. And you know, the internet is cruel. They had a little, you know, snowflake that tried to do the routine, and she jumped in the air. She fell back down on her neck.
Yeah.
Hope she didn't hurt herself. But you know,
that's not Simone's fault though. Like,
right.
That's a whole nother issue that I really am bothered by, which makes me feel more like Sequay when I hear stuff like that. Like, you know what? Screw it. Since it's already it's scientifically proven, it's athletically proven, it is proven on a societal level that blacks are superior when it comes to physical endeavors as well as intellectual endeavors. Why don't we just leave? I mean, it's obvious at this point that no matter how good or godlike we are, they're going to change the rules to make themselves feel better.
Exactly.
So it's almost like, why am I going to sit there and talk to this girl that told me I got to have money? I got to have this, and that in order to get well. I got the best paying job of all the dudes in the school. I got the nicest car that my mama didn't pay for. I'm still going to school, but I work. I take care of everything on my own. So now I'm better than all the dudes that you really want. So now what you going to do? Oh, you're going to have to add something else too. Well, you got to be 6'4". I like them light skinned with a low cut. Well, you know what? You don't need to be part of my existence.
Right.
I don't need to acknowledge you. You do not exist to me. I will go find somebody else. I will go find a multitude of other people that are happy with all this right here and are appreciative of the internal blessings and gifts that I'm willing to give to them. I'll go there. I don't have to be bothered with all these folks that's going to change the rules just to make themselves feel good. You can change the rules 100, 150 times, 1,000 over. I'm still gonna be better than you. Still gonna be smarter than you. My godly gifts will not be outshined by your man-made laws.
Absolutely. And with that, gentlemen, I have to go. Keep on keeping on. Keep the power going. My power is just about out, and I gotta save it for something. So you all, the next time you see me, when I get an opportunity, I'm gonna try to do an interview with some of the notables that I'll be with this week and next week. Okay.
Cool. All right, Teach. Have a safe travels.
Be safe, Teach.
Thank you. Thank you.
With you.
Tell Nelson I said what's up.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, Teach. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Teach. I'm gonna chime in on what y'all was talking about. You know me, I just observed and I just listened and I give my 2 cents later. So when you say that we should leave, I was actually thinking a couple of days ago, I was like, what if we started our own Olympics? What if
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. I said, what if we start our own Olympics to to just be like, let's have all of our people where they're respected, where they're loved, and do our own thing, Basketball will be up in it, we should invite the African countries. If any other European country want to come, they can come, but this is for us. We can put all our type of sports, come on, stickball, kickball, obviously basketball. We got football. You got to put that up in there. What other games? What other games do? Oh, got to put spades up in there. Yeah.
Look, this is black folk. We have already proven that no matter who invented it, we will excel at it.
Yeah. Uno. Put Uno. Uno is competitive as to tell you the truth, I didn't know that we black folks were that competitive with Uno. Because when I hear card game, I think of spades. But then they was like, no, Uno. I was like, oh shit.
Uno is the one game everybody can play. Because see, think about card games in general it's like barbecue or subs. It's a regional thing. Yeah, everybody play different, especially when it comes to spades. That's why you don't see that's a black game, but it's not a game that's played by all black folk. But we all know it. We all acknowledge it. We know enough of it.
Yeah, because people get into a fight over some damn spades.
Oh, look here! I done seen grown women slap dudes. Like, I done told you about reneging.
Oh my gosh, that's the thing. You reneged on that book. You say you gonna have a popsicle of 4. You got 6.
No. I done seen folk that can't remember what they did that morning, but they can remember 6 books ago when you said you ain't had no diamonds and you just pulled this diamond out the cut. Nigga, you reneged. I want that book back. Mm-hmm. Give me that book and every book up until this point. Or we're gonna be some fighting people up out of here.
Mm-hmm. And even I found out Monopoly too. Oh my gosh, Monopoly. Now I'm not talking about me and my girlfriend. We've been playing the card game one, which is highly competitive without the board. But the board game, it gets competitive.
Well, no, Monopoly is an American pastime because
yes, it is.
I have played with black folk. I have played with white folk. That game pisses off everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I have never in my 37 years on this earth actually finished a full game of Monopoly. Usually you just keep playing until 2 people get pissed off and one person just walk off cussing. It's like, I guess the game's over.
Mm-hmm. Or basically last man standing, because it'd be the ones that don't talk shit that wins. And what I mean by that is they will make the avenues. They bind the avenues at certain spots, but mainly close to them. Get those avenues, turn the house into a hotel, and you go through that freaking lane, go through that alley. That's gonna be $900 in rent. And you be like, what?
What smart folk try to do is you try to get Boardwalk and Park Place, or
because
the next set closer. You try to get from that set all the way around to the next set. Because once you come around that, once you go aiming for go and get that 200, if I got Park Place and Boardwalk, run that money. As soon as your ass come across, oh, that Marvin Gardens? Yeah, I got that too. Run me that money. You know what, don't you know what? Just when you cross go, just give me that 200. Because as soon as you stop, you're gonna owe me 700. So you might as well just give me this 2 now, and I only charge you 4.
Man, I'm telling you, competitive. But I mean, you know, we should have our own. You know, we should not have it in one place. Like we should start in Atlanta.
Honestly, I only feel like we should have, because unilaterally speaking, black folk ain't about to leave America.
Oh no! I know we should. You know me.
We're not gonna physically leave.
Yeah, you know I'm a firm believer of not leaving because not figuring out. Go ahead.
It's squatters' rights at this point. It's like I've been here since the beginning. Like, bitch, I put that window up in there.
Yeah,
like, you like that bedroom on the third floor? That bedroom on the third floor to the right? I built that. You think I'm about to leave? No. Right. No, y'all will bury my spirit in this here.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of things that our ancestors have invented, which still blows my mind that I'm still finding out to this day. And whoever's watching right now, you probably figure out that all these simple things to the clothes that we wear, to the stuff that we use, was invented by somebody who was black. And for all y'all who say we should leave, we should leave, we should go. And I'm sitting there saying, so you're gonna leave all this? Y'all see that says the spirit
go up and leave? No. Right. Now, if I'm gonna up and leave, no. Do we need to leave? Yes. But we need to leave with all our stuff.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Because our spirit, because we all love to talk about the spirit of our ancestors. If they would speak to us right now, you think they will be happy that you will leave all the things that they have created, that they have brought to fruition, even if there was patents that was stolen from them? You would think that you want them to leave? Come on, let's be for real here. The answers would be like, fuck no. If you gonna leave, you might as well tell them to give my shit.
Okay. Let's keep it real. All this hell and high water I done went through. You better stay.
Yeah, so
you better stay and make them suffer.
Right, and so to carry out to what we're talking about right now, because it's all in what we're talking about blacks supporting blacks. So here's my take on black supporting blacks. You know, we got 2 sponsors, Real Chapel Popcorn that's here, and then we got Sky Zone Society, which is over there with Cubies in North Carolina. And I still need to buy his freaking candles, by the way. I want to buy that PlayStation 4 because I do need some sense. Tell him I'm sorry I didn't bore anything on the store, but I will get to it. But my thing is this: when it comes to supporting black businesses, but supporting blacks in general, it literally brings a tear to my eye when I see somebody that looks like me, another brother, another sister, and I get that fear that is instilled. And B, you probably know what I'm talking about. Anybody who's watching know what I'm talking about. You got that fear instilled in you, where if you see one of them, you think they're gonna jump you. You think they're going to take your money and all that stuff like a victim. But then I think to myself, what if they're thinking the same thing of me? What if they thinking man, this dude's, like this short, stocky dude, he probably gonna come over here and try to muscle me. He probably gonna take my money. He probably got a knife on him. He probably got 9 on him about to to rob me. I hate that feeling. So every time I see because me and Mel, we actually talked on the Ella Monte show, which is on Instagram. I'm gonna be live on it probably tonight, maybe on definitely tomorrow. And we had that conversation, and I really want to start when every time I see a brother or I see a sister, even though I'm respectful to everybody, I see you. How you doing, ma'am? How you doing, sir? But I want to go up to my brothers and sisters and dap them up. I'd be like, hey man, I just want to come here and dap you up. I don't know what you got going on in your world, but I know you kicking ass at it, man. I just want to let you know I got love for you. I want to start doing that because we need that unification. Small. I believe that the little things matter. Little things help make the big things matter, if that makes sense.
So true.
So I'm gonna use a better analogy. You can't enjoy the big victories if you can't enjoy the small victories. Enjoy the little victories because it will make that big victory mean so much more. You know, I mean, Michael Jordan. He had to go through hell against the Pistons. The Pistons was the one that made him and that Bulls team tough for them to make it to those championships. It wasn't because of Michael Jordan's work ethic.
Let's keep it real. Take it a step further. The Pistons were so badass. He had to poach one of their best men just to get them other 3 rings.
Yeah. So he had to get knocked down a whole hell of a lot of time against the Pistons. And then he figured out, like, I know what y'all gonna give me. Guess what? Now I know how to beat you. I'm giving what I'm receiving from you. And so Jordan enjoyed those little victories over the Pistons. You know, he enjoyed, like, I'm still standing and I learned from it. But when I see the next time, it's gonna be a different story. So you got to enjoy the little victories before you enjoy the big ones. So that's one thing I'm gonna start doing. And I encourage y'all to do that too. See a brother, see a sister, you know, you don't have to holler at the sister. Just be like, hey, sis, you know what? I want to tell you something. I'm not trying to holler at you or nothing. Whatever you got going on in your world today, man, keep doing what you're doing. I don't even care if you just got this job or if you just lost your job. I don't even care. Whatever you're going to do next, you're going to excel. And give her a hug. Is you mind if I give you a hug? I know it's COVID out here. Can I give you a hug? Because you might need this hug more than me. And I believe that we hold so much aggression. Aggression for absolutely no reason. Like, I'm gonna bring up Kevin Samuels. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not a Kevin Samuels fan. I just think his shows are hella entertaining. Very entertaining. Yeah. Are some things that he say that are true? Yes. But then there are some things that I believe that are outrageous. But I understand where Kevin Samuels is coming from. So my point is this when it comes to Kevin Samuels and about when he's talking about black women. Like, it's hard to say hello to a black woman, which I'm alluding to what I'm saying about, you know, telling them keep doing what you're doing. But then also at the same time, we black men, we think we gotta be tough all the damn time. That we gotta be, intimidating to everybody who we around. You know, you gotta be hard. You gotta be this. Sometimes you gotta let your guard down, dog. You gotta let your guard down. And this not only going to my brothers, it's also going to my sisters. Calm down. It's like break it down. You at 100 right now. You need to break it down to 30. I know that the world look at us as predators. They look at us as evil. I get it. But guess what? You still got your house. You still, thank goodness, you still got your life. Some of y'all got kids. So you got your kids. You got your job. You got your business. You got those right there that can at least just make you just breathe and relax a little bit. And so with me saying that, I want to tell y'all I love y'all. I mean it. And I think I speak on behalf of Peace. I love you.
Yeah.
I love y'all. And we need to start showing more support to one another. We need to, yes, we're going to have problems with each other and all that stuff. But don't make it to the point where we sitting there trying to shoot each other. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say that black on black crime bullshit. I don't believe in that because we got white on white crime out there, we got Asian on Asian crime out there, and it's also deal with the proximity of where you live.
Exactly.
But
Location.
But at the same time, we gotta show more love to each other. So when I say black support blacks, I'm not even talking about just the business. I'm talking about black folks in general. Like if I see a sister, getting pulled over, and I see 2 or 3 cop cars pulled over, I'm literally
I'm about
stopping.
there.
I'm not even. I'm probably gonna have my girl. Yeah, and probably gonna have my girlfriend, who's probably gonna be with me, record it. I'm saying, baby, record it. I know she's gonna be scared for me. Lisa, if you watching, I love you. But I'm gonna have her record for me, but she will understand why I'm doing it. And I'm gonna sit there, and the cop be like, "Well, there's nothing for you to see." All due respect, officer, bullshit. I don't know what type of newscast you've been watching. You probably watching too much Fox News and OAN and all that stuff.
Is it like, I ain't saying it's you, but your peoples that wear the same outfit?
Yeah. Mm-mm. You probably watching that other news network that kisses y'all ass. But what I see, even without CNN and all that stuff, I know how y'all get down. So I'm watching, and definitely how y'all come back to the black women. Now, I'm saying that also with me being in an interracial relationship, because my girlfriend's Filipino. So let me talk to the brothers that's in an interracial relationship. Listen to me clearly. Your girlfriend may be Filipino like mine, white, Latina,
non-black or mixture of both.
Mixture of both, whatever. Whenever you see a sister in trouble, don't sit there and just turn away. Don't just sit there and just be like, well, she ain't my woman. Or if it's something like that. Go ahead, B.
I got one for since brothers won't, since a lot of brothers don't understand that when it comes to women, their age. But we are all religious, and we all done had to sit in Sunday school at some point. Would you let one of the elder women of the church go through that? Would you let one of the mothers? Mm-hmm. Would you let the first lady go through something like that? I can automatically assume all y'all were saying, no, or hell no. Well, you need to look at these young ladies as the future mothers.
Yeah.
Like 3 Stacks said, I'm having, when he made this statement about saying how the women was now, like, yo, these the future mothers raising children. Well, these women out here, these are also the future mothers of the church. These are also the future first ladies of the church. You want to take it like that. For all you know, this young lady could be a Megan Good. She could already be married to a pastor. She could already be a first lady.
Yep.
That might be what God it has on her path. But what she's going through right now could stop that. Are you going to allow someone to stop someone's blessing, to stop someone's destiny? No, you got to look at these young women like the future older women that y'all will raise to respect. And when you talk about the whole just support black women in general, I understand completely when you talk about just conversing with females. I've done it many a times, just going to like the little local bus depot, and I might be out there waiting on my bus, and I see a young lady, cute little young lady. Seen a couple dudes that tried to holler at her, she's got a bad mood about her. I'll come talk to her for 2 reasons. A, just so no other dude walks up on her because he thinking I'm trying to holler. So he gonna respectfully let me, see what I'm gonna do before he do what he want to do. Right. And then when I'm talking to her, I tell her straight up, hey, dog, I'm just talking to you right now, just so all the other niggas don't try to holler at you. Like, in all honesty, I don't even want you. But yeah, you are cute and everything. If I can just leave, if you can smile, and I can leave you with a laugh, then I've done my job as a man for the day. But I ain't trying to holler at you, nothing like that. Now, you can't have a conversation with a man and he ain't trying to get into your fans.
Yep. I had
They
plenty
just
of
had
those
to let them know
conversations.
like that. Like it's very easy. Like, hey, dog, you smoke? Yeah, well, I'm about to go smoke this little blunt real quick before my buzz get here. You more than welcome to join me if you like. She was like, no, I said, that's all fine, darling. But you stay pretty and you always keep a smile on your face now. And I went on by my day.
Mm-hmm.
Randomly seen her like a couple months later, and she actually recognized me. We made eye contact and she waved. She had a little smile on her face. She was happy to see me, and I was happy to see her, and I'm happy to see her smile. Now, whether she was attracted to me at that time, I don't really care.
Right.
But black
You
women
just
do go through a lot of unnecessary conversations, and it does force that wall up. So as black men, we need to be able to talk to a woman with no sexual desire whatsoever. Even if we do desire them in that manner, we can't let them feel that. We can't even sometimes it's just nice to just talk to a pretty girl, get her to laugh, just so you know you got the confidence and assuredness within yourself to do. If I wanted to go holler at you, I can, because I struck up a conversation with you. You were intrigued. I made you laugh. But I was not trying to. Was not trying to get you intrigued. I just wanted you to just say, hey, I got to talk to a nice dude today. If nothing, you'll be surprised what a beautiful joy it is for a woman to say, I had a dude come talk to me today. He made me laugh. He made me smile, and he didn't ask for my number. And even more, when she said, yeah, he was cute, I was hoping he was going to ask for my number, but he didn't.
it was that
Yeah, that
respectful.
fucks their heads up.
Yeah.
That fucks their heads up. They don't know, because they used to hey, Shouty, what's good with you, baby? Damn, that ass fat.
Yeah.
Where your man at?
Mm-hmm.
They used to hearing that mess.
Yeah. And that's the sad reality for us men, definitely us black men. But yeah, women, we can have conversations. Like I had conversations with women like that, where they're like, "Yeah, he's not even gonna holler at me. We just having a great conversation." That's all it is. I did it when I was single, and I still do it even with me having a relationship, in a relationship. And it's like it don't go no further than that. It was like not have no fun. I got a girlfriend. I said, but shoot, we can still sit here and chop it up, talk about sports and all that stuff. But the thing is, we have to start looking out for one another much more. We got to be like, yo, what's up, dog? We need to stop looking at each other as the enemy. We got to get that out of our heads. Now, do we have brothers and sisters that do go out there and rob and all that stuff? Yes,
of course.
But we got to understand that they wasn't born that way. Maybe those kids, and I'm gonna say this, even though they probably up there at me and Beast's age, or maybe even higher, that's still out there robbing and all that stuff. Maybe the thing they need is somebody to confide into, or just get that hug, because you have to also think about it too. It goes deeper than just them having a problem. Where did that problem come from? One thing I do agree with Kevin Samuels about, even though he was the one that said it first. There you go. Like, I'm already telling myself, like I told my girlfriend, I said, I need to go to therapy, And she, she agreed. She shook her head. She's like, yeah. I said, I need to go to therapy, because there's a lot of things that I do have on my chest and I want to talk about and that I want to express and all that stuff. Because now mental health, we've been pushing that shit aside for so long that now we have to address it now. We have to confront that we got mental health, and that's mainly, and my sisters, not trying to discourage you, but that's mainly with the black men. But not going too much off mental health. But for those who are robbing and stealing, it's because 9 times out of 10, they didn't have that parents together, mainly that father figure, to reel them in and be like, yo, what the hell you think you're doing? Or if they had that parents, but none of them actually sat down with them and gave them a hug and say, I love you.
Yes. No.
Because it's easy to say, and this is a narrative, it's true, but it's not all it's a stretched truth. The reason why I say it's a stretched truth because it's true, but then they just take it to a whole different like level, you know? And what I'm talking about is, because of a broken household. Yes, that is part of the problem, but that's not all the problem. Because if you should just say it's from a broken household, who is it? Is it you just can't blame it on the mother saying there's no father there. You can't single out the single fathers out there. Because you got single fathers who, and I said this on the show countless times, a man cannot raise a girl, can't raise his daughter to be a woman, just as much as a woman can't raise her son to be a man. So when we talk about broken household, you got to take it down another level. Like, what are you exactly talking about? Are you talking about the single father, or are you talking about the single mother? But nobody's talking about.
I think it's deeper than that, to be honest with you.
Right.
We're talking about broken families. It's more than just the broken family is way more than just an absent. That's what I'm getting to. The broken family is the structure of the parents, because you can have two parents in the home, still be broken and dysfunctional as hell. You can have one parent and one third-party parent, meaning the parent is outside the home, or someone acting in a parental mindset, still be screwed up. You could just be. I know kids that are fucking foster kids. They're products of the system. They way more functional than the same kids I grew up with that got both their parents. They still got both their parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when you say broken home, when you talk about a broken home, no, you can't say you can't say that, because, like I said, that's a hyperbolic generalization.
Right.
That they try to attack, just like with the whole thing of you're a bastard if you don't. Most black kids are bastards because they don't know their fathers. Wrong. That's wrong. Just because a father is not physically inside the home, there are a myriad and multitude of reasons why that may not be the case. It does not identify that child as a bastard.
Right.
Because I grew up hearing that term a lot myself. Oh, you're a bastard because your daddy not there. No, wrong, motherfucker. My daddy died. My father was married to my mother. Therefore, I'm not a bastard child because I knew my father. I'm not a child out of wedlock because they were married before they had me. I am a orphaned child because my mother is a widow. Get the shit correct before you try to label everybody over something that you don't know.
And which I'm a add on to what you just said, because going on to that bastard part, what happens if the mom was the one that stops the father from seeing his son, or seeing
you see a whole bunch of videos. You're seeing videos of that now, of brothers of our age coming back and saying, "I spent my whole life hating my daddy because of the lies my mama told me."
Mother told me.
So, so really, the issue we have amongst the black culture right now, especially men and women, is a reversal of things. 20 years ago, we really digging into the men. Black men, you ain't doing your job. Black men, you ain't shit. In society, media, it was the black man that was the issue. Well, black man across the board took that in stride, and we upgraded ourselves to no longer be considered that. If you want to consider us that, that's on you. But I'm not living my life, and I'm not operating my life in a manner that would identify me as that type of label, as a deadbeat, or just a shit person. But we're seeing that same energy and that same attitude now resonate within the black woman. and you seen it across all boards. We talk about child support. For the longest time, black women, let's keep it real, y'all automatically assume just because you had a nigga baby and that nigga ain't want to be with you, the judge was gonna automatically give you, not only gonna give you child support, but he was gonna give you more than what you and that nigga might have already agreed upon. No. Now you got women in here that's going to court, and now they are the ones paying for child support. Now they're the ones that's being viewed as the deadbeat parent. They're the ones that has to go through the same rigmarole in hell that black men had to go through 20, 25 years ago. Now it's your turn. Because over the last 25 years, we as black men have taken it in stride, but for the most part, we have accepted it, acknowledged it, and tried to move forward. As a man, we're not going to stress it. And now we did what we need to do, black women. We heard y'all say we fucking up, so we got right. We're moving forward. Now we're asking you to get your shit together.
Yeah, for you to do the same exact thing. And that's when the likes of Kevin Samuels is needed. One thing I can't say that I respect about Kevin Samuels, when he said that he's not part of the red pill, he said, I'm speaking for the black man. And a lot of people, and this was, like I said, all we say, ladies and gentlemen, we are pertaining to the topic, so I just want y'all to understand that. Because now a lot of people are gunning for Kevin Samuels. And I'm like saying to myself, I said, why are y'all gunning for him? Yes, I disagree how he talks to women. I disagree with the things that sometimes that he says. But the rest of it, I do agree with. But he said something that hit me. I mean, hit me right here. I mean, like right here. I listen to his shows while I work. And he was talking about majority of his clients, how they get abused, and how they will be sitting in their car crying not to go in the house, knowing what they have to deal with, what type of woman that they're with. And I don't know why it hit me, because I have no issue with my girlfriend. I love her to death. Are there times where I just want to throw her over the balcony? Yes. But at the same time,
that's relationships.
Right.
Relationships.
And I know she thinks about the same thing too. She want to hit me with her freaking Volkswagen sometimes. But I digress. But you do got fellas out here that are, I've seen it before. They're in relationships where you can just you have to literally have to say cold words to him to like hope that his girl don't catch on with what you're trying to say, or like, hey man, blink twice if you're having a good time.
No, just or just like in the situations I've had, I've seen them come into work, face all fucked the hell up. They looking like Tina when Tina said, I ain't gonna eat that cake.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, what? Yo,
hey, what happened?
Man, she crazy as hell. Why'd you have sex with her? I don't know, man. Well, ain't nothing you can do about it now. You got kids, but bro, you can't be letting nobody put their hands on you like that, especially a woman.
Right.
I ain't say don't hit her, but don't let her hit you neither.
Right. I mean, it's sad when Kevin Samuels was telling stories like that. I was like, man. I was like, damn, that's deep, man. That's deep. But see, if now me, you gonna look eye to eye on this, but you know that this happens. If we see, we are afraid to say things like that, because if we say that in front of our boys, let's say we out in the bar and we catching up, and we see old buddy, who you was talking about, all bruised up and shit. And we like, yo, dude, what happened? Like, man, you don't even want to know. And you like, yo, man, go ahead, tell us, man. We your boys. What? And he explained the story. The first reaction is the fella's going to laugh. Me, I learned not to do that, because I'm like, men are built differently. And what I mean by built differently, you know, they probably learned something differently than me. And that everybody got different experience in life. And so I probably would have, you know, been like, yo, man, like, damn, like, yo, what the fuck? But majority of the time, you know how us brothers, we Jones on each other. We like to crack up and we like to laugh and all that stuff, like to poke a nerve.
Yeah, we're gonna ask to look at him first. Like that's before we like really crack on you. Cause low key, it's something we laugh about, but we laugh through the pain. Cause we all like cop stories, every black man grew up around somebody that got their ass beat by their woman, got somebody in their family that's getting their ass beat by their woman, or just randomly had an experience where they seen the true degree of it. It's like we all got that experience. So one of the first things we're gonna ask is, especially we don't know what she look like, because it's a little different if he 5'6", 189 pounds, and she 6'4", 220. Okay, you ain't gonna be really surprised that he getting his ass beat. But nigga, if you 6'4", 375 pounds, and she is 5'2", 105 on a wet day, and you walking around here with both your eyes beat the fuck up, looking like a coon that got in a damn fight with Mike Tyson, and he just blacked out both of them eyes, double time over. Like if you out here looking like that, it's like we gonna joke because it's just like, all right, you don't wanna, you gotta. That's just what men do. We gonna laugh it off. Just, yeah. We gonna, but like, see what we gonna be. It's gonna be one dude's gonna be an asshole about it. It's gonna be one heartless SOB. But for the most part, dude's gonna be like, all right, ha, till we like really see, like, hey, bro, but like for real, why you still fucking with her?
You're right, and that was Beach. You stole the question from my mind because I would have been like, dude, is it worth it staying with her for that long? Is she that type where you finally put your foot down?
Like, yeah, she got money. Is she paying?
Yeah.
Is she paying bills?
Right, or she that one that when you tell her that when you about to leave and she's give you the googly eyes like, baby, I'm sorry, it won't never happen again, and she gets you every time, and then then the next day it's back to normal. You get your ass whipped just because you forgot to wash your dish.
And they say that's another thing too. The black men, we got a little bit of masochism in us. We love us a crazy woman for some damn reason.
Yeah.
Crazy emotional equates to crazy sexual in our head. So if she's emotionally unbalanced and I have to watch what I say and do outside the bedroom, that just means I'm going to have a whole lot of fun in the bedroom. That's what most dudes be equating. Then you really got to think about it. If she beating your ass fully clothed in the middle of Costco, why you think she wouldn't try that once y'all got intimate? I'm a little scared more. If you bold enough to like try to swing on me in public, that let me know when we get behind closed doors, you might try to cut me.
Yeah.
Like I might just wake up and you just straddling me with the butcher knife over my chest. Like I just wanted to see you breathe. Gonna
make you sleep with your nine close, like got your Beretta real close. Or have around.
Look, if I got to sleep, if I got to sleep sitting up with your ass, just look, I don't trust you.
Look, you remember in Harlem Nights when you had that gun under the pillow, right?
But she got the gun under the pillow. But you saw the process. You saw that. That's a perfect example. Because he was like, I'm about to hit this pussy. And you know what? Bitch might be crazy. Let me put my pit. Yes! This bitch got the same kind of pussy like her. They start thinking like, well, why do I keep a pistol under the pillow? In case a bitch acts stupid. Why would she keep? You saw that look when he kicked his head like, let me just move this and take the bullets out. And what happened? Well, she straddled him Next thing you know, this is just business. Nah, bitch, this person.
Yeah. Oh, that shit. Oh, I think that was the best part. And then the thing was, when it started to click, is after he kissed her girl, he was like,
Because you had to think about it. He was looking at like, all right, imagine for you got your Desert Eagle 45, that thing chrome plated, looking beautiful, looking like one of the guns they stole from a Saddam, and you about to put it on the pillow, and she pull out, and you find a little miniature version, like a little Dillinger, like a toy version you would get in one of those machines. Like, oh, then you look at it, oh, and it work. Oh, you start comparing, like, oh, what is? I mean, I know why I keep one on me, but nah, she.
Put two and
Nah,
two
she wouldn't be like. Nah, that's when you're having that battle of the brains. Like, nah, she wouldn't do you like that. She wouldn't do you like that, brother. You might want to think, why else she got that pistol up here? I'm just saying, bro. You got your gun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why she got her gun? Exactly. Think up here.
And not to mention, and then not to mention, it's loaded, fully loaded. Not just one or two bullets, loaded.
One in the chamber. Full clip with one in the chamber. You know she's ready.
And he played it off so good too. He got the boot, he got the ass. Then all of a sudden, got to talking, and he just kept moving her arms. She kept on getting there. I was like, I said, I like what you do, Quick. I said, I like what you're doing, Quick. I like what you're doing.
Like, yeah, girl, put your hands on my chest. Yeah.
And then he was just like, you know what? I already know what her deal is. Got his hand right behind that pillow, and all of a sudden she got that gun, and he looked so G with it too. He was like, "So you just brought me over here?"
Yeah, but look, we going through similar things now, but instead of a loaded 4.5, yeah, she done told you some mess like she told you I'm allergic to latex and lambskin, or I just got my IUD put in, so I'm good. And your dumb ass believe it. But then you got to think about it. Like, hold on. She got 3 kids already. She said she had that IUD in for 5 years. They ain't but 13 months in between the kids. So, carry one. So, carry one. Drop over. Get rid of zeros. Something ain't right here. Math ain't coming out right. Somebody lied. But unfortunately, we as brothers, we catch so much hell from the outside world that the first time somebody gives us just a little bit of love, we fall for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, it's just that forever step, as I call it. It's the forever step that you can never get off. But I mean, and once again, ladies, you also have to support the black man too. When you see one of us down, even if you are in an interracial relationship too as well, when you see one of us down, we expect y'all to be like, "Hey, what you think you're doing?" When you see the police wrongfully like putting their hands on us and all that stuff, we expect you to be recording that shit, including your boyfriend or your man who's in an interracial relationship. We expect them to step up with you too. They should not be like, "Hey, baby, just come on, let's go." They should be like,
it's about
"Hey, sir."
support.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be off the cuff when I say this. I like the white boyfriends that see shit that happens like that. They'd be like, "Excuse me, Mr. Officer, what's your badge number? What's your badge? No,
damn right.
You know what you do, man.
Damn right, honey. I fucks with you, honey.
Yeah, look, I'm a shout out to the I'm a shout out to the white folks that are like that. It's mainly the white men that hang out with a lot of black folks, and it be the ones you wouldn't even expect. I'm talking about the ones that have their dad owns a freaking lumberyard business. Their mom owns she's a lawyer that owns her own firm. I mean,
their family tree says white, 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 adjacent white, southern white, cream, ivory white, just cascaded shades of white. But then you see them. I got a homeboy just like that. Went to school with him. When you meet him and you see him, he look like a straight up and down redneck ass white dude to live in a double wide. He could be cool with niggas, but you really don't know. But if you know him, you know that this motherfucker been married twice, got a couple interracial kids. I ain't never. I probably been with more white women than this man has his whole life. Like, that's just real. Yeah. Being here at the conversation, I was like, bro, you know you like the only white dude that can get away with saying nigga and won't nobody say nothing. He's like, yeah, you know I ain't gonna say it. I was like, yeah, but that's the beautiful thing. That's why we let you say it. Cause we've been calling you niggas since like 7th grade, and you ain't never said it back. You like, all right, bro. All right, folks. He'll never say it. Never. But he answers to it like a second nature. But if hand the guy, if the race wars went down, I already know he gonna be to my left or my right, or he gonna be watching my six. I have no questions. Like them type of cats, because at the end of the day, you can love who you want to love. You can love what you want to love, but never forget to love where you came from.
Yeah. Yeah, and
you can love a white woman all day. You can love whatever, but you came from a black woman. You came from black roots. Don't disrespect your roots.
Mm-hmm. And that
you don't have to be you know what I'm saying? Like what with you? I say like because we talking about support, and there's different levels of support, just like there's different levels of relationship. You got sexual, you got platonic, you got friendship, you got business, you got associate. That means I can support you no matter what the fuck I'm doing. If I decide to go get married to a half Irish, half Scandinavian woman and have a couple light-skinned babies with good nappy hair, that's my choice. But will I disrespect or turn my back on any one of my black brethren that I see need some kind of assistance or need some kind of help? Hell no.
No, because here's the thing, Beast. Just to add on to what you said, I've been adding on to a lot of stuff you say, because Beast, you coming with the hits today. To add on to what you just said, because using your example, if her people's something was going down, if she's seen an Irishman or another Irish woman having issues with the police or anything like that, she will be right there. She will be right there. But just like I said with the white dude that went over there to the police officer, seeing what he's doing to that brother right there, like, hey, what's your badge number? You should be expected to be like, yo, man, hey, you know what you're doing is wrong, what was wrong, right? What's your badge number? You're gonna be doing the same exact thing. And and this is where I really get into it with the black conscious movement. People of black consciousness think that blacks did everything and that no other race helped out. They don't understand the Black Panther as good as they thought they how can I say? They don't know the Black Panther as good as
No. I take it a step further. Any black nationalist, any black woke person that got an issue with interracial connections on any degree and level, you faking the phone, you're a fucking fraud, and you're an ignorant, illiterate SOB. Because if you even read one of the books from Brother Huey, then you would have read at least 2 of the fucking letters that he wrote to the Viet Cong during the Vietnam War, during the height of the Black Panthers, when he was in constant communication with them and received Much of the information and vital teachings that we got for the Black Panthers were given by the Viet Cong. They were in complete communication with us, overseas and local. And let's remember, black folk, who fucked over the Black Panthers at the end of the day? A nigga. So before you go talking that whole, all that whole, oh, we got to stick by our, no. First thing we need to do is we need to do what Ali said. Yeah, we need to come together, but we're gonna have to start matching up everybody. Starting up the folk that's serious, the folk that's willing, the folk that's able, the folk that need to be there, the folk that's gonna benefit, and the folk that we question, we ain't sure where your heart at. Nah, your ass in the back in the cage.
Yeah.
No, because I'd be damned if I end up doing something like that and have one of my brethren, one of my skin folk, treat me like that. I'll be damned. I know for a fact that when it comes to anything that we do, it'll be somebody from the inside that destroys it, because our structures are so fortified. We are so naturally dense and strong in our pure essence of melanin and being black that you ain't gonna get from the outside. You're gonna have to dig your ass up under like some Mexicans. You're gonna have to try to fly over like America and bombard us with some shit. But the only way y'all really gonna be able to do it is find one of them damn scragglers on the way in and get in that motherfucker head. All you need is one interloper, and you destroy the whole thing.
Yeah.
So before y'all get to talking about, what we as black folk need to do, let's first say what we as black folk need to accept and acknowledge amongst ourselves. We can accept and acknowledge systematic racism. We can accept and acknowledge the police brutality and the general perception that blacks have in this nation. We cannot and we refuse to accept and acknowledge our own BS on it. We will not accept the fact that we ourselves, individually and collectively and unilaterally, are responsible for a strong 20 to 25% of the bullshit that black folk have had to deal with up until this current moment that I'm speaking and finishing this sentence. We got to own up to that.
Yeah.
It ain't always everybody else.
Right. And that's another thing too, because for us to support ourselves, we also have to acknowledge the problems. Like they say,
yes.
The first thing about dealing with the problem, we have to know that there is a problem. And sometimes
acknowledge and accept there's a problem.
Right. And 9 times out of 10, it's us. It's yourself. What do you do to improve? Now, when I say problems, I'm not talking about the problems you talk about on mainstream media. I'm not talking about that. Like, I'm going to use myself, for example. So I listen to a lot of motivational speakers. I do, meditations and all that stuff. I've been doing this for a while, but then I fell off the wagon, as they would say, and I started back up again. That's what I'm talking about. Writing goals down, writing your agendas down for the day, and yes, I'm gonna admit this. I admit this on the Elephant Show. I'm gonna admit this right here in front of all of y'all. I look myself in the mirror. And I talk to myself. And I sit there and say, "Hey, I love you. We gonna conquer today." And whatever I motivate myself. I tell myself these things. That's my affirmation. And
this is not looking shot.
Right. And
that's what you're supposed to do.
And my closing to anything after my motivation, I have this closing, and it goes like this. I said, just as I would say, just as you are standing here in the bathroom, when you walk out this door, everything out there is yours, no matter what the world or what anybody says different. differently. It is yours. I always end on that, and that shit has me so inspired to do whatever. And that's what I mean. Where the problem is us. We have to motivate ourselves. We gotta tell ourselves we love us. Because to steal a quote from RuPaul always said that if you can't love yourself, how the hell can you love anybody else? Which is true.
I always say different. If you don't love yourself, how can you expect anybody to love you?
Right. And so you have to love yourself. Like, I couldn't be in a relationship if all my love's for her and I'm not loving my goddamn self, where everything is, well, it's kind of like this, where everywhere she want to go, she'd be like, you want to go somewhere? I'm like, no, what about you? Back and forth. But anyways, but if everything that we do is always my girlfriend 100% of the time, she will have concerns. She could be like, baby, do you want anything? You know, we can go where you want to go. And I'm like, no. Let's go where you want to go. That's a problem. That's an issue. And eventually that relationship is not going to last too long because she's going to be like, or he's going to be like, do you like anything? Because I feel like you just doing this on the expense of me. It shouldn't be about me. It should be about us. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody come wrong at me or get smart with me or hit on me, I know you're not just going to be like sitting back and just allowing that shit to happen. You know, now I'm going to question a lot of things about you if it's all about me. You know, or are you going to defend yourself or what? So it starts with that. You got to motivate yourself every day. Also, I give thanks every day. It is not to know God, no nothing. I just give thanks, mainly to myself. I woke myself up this morning. I say, thank you. Thank you for the day. Thank you. I do that every morning, and that inspires me. And we just need to do the little things. Men, brothers, it's okay to grab your son and hug him and say that you love him. Once again, stop being so damn tough with your kids. And this also goes to the mothers. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you this. You continue to be tough with your kids, definitely how these kids are coming up now. You being called a father or a dad would just be only in name. Because when you are on your deathbed, don't expect them to come. Because if I ever had a father, I think because my dad was never like that. But if I had a dad where he's always tough, I mean, I'm talking tough to not to the point where they not give you a hug and tell you don't cry. I'm talking about tough where you have a bad football game. You had a bad night. You didn't get over 100 yards, or you didn't make the tackle. You didn't get the pick. You just had an all-around bad game. And your dad just sitting there saying you could have done better. How you gonna have a horrible game and you have all these D1, D schools looking at you? You such a failure.
Love you too, Daddy.
Yeah, love you too.
Shit.
And then when you
definitely going in the hole.
Right. And then when you on your damn deathbed, you expect him to come see you? Like I said, if that was me, your ass would be dead and I wouldn't even say nothing. I don't give a damn what my mama told me. Hey, why you come see your daddy? Give him the same advice that he gave me when I had that bad game. Do better. You be all right. And hang up.
What do you say?
So
it's just cancer. Suck it up.
Yeah, suck it up.
Told me when I broke my ankle at 12.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do better. And also, parents, show your kids love. Show them love. Now, black parents are tough by nature anyway. You know, beat the hell out of us. I can think about the days where I got whippings and all that stuff. Even though I told myself I won't do that with my kids, I come up with other ways. Thank you, military. But I don't think we show our kids love, like hold them and hug them, and acknowledge that they have good grades. And acknowledge that, you know, they're doing something with their lives and all that stuff, where they're not getting that from other parents. Because me and my mom, we had a strange relationship. You know, we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. And I say, when I got older, I say, I'm getting the hell on out here. But before then, I'm getting love from other parents. Like, damn, you got that type of love? Like, shoot. And I'm like, I know I'm the kid on the outside, you know. I'm your daughter's friend or your son's friend. But y'all showing me so much love that I wish my mom would show to me.
Can y'all adopt me?
Yeah. And so me and my mom, we came to a head, and this was when I was going to Iraq. And I was like, you just now all of a sudden you happy for me because I'm going, you know, I'm about to go to Iraq and I went to the army. I said the best thing that ever happened in my life, Mama, was when I left the house and she started crying. And like something inside like say, okay, Lord, your mama's crying. I'm like, and then my other side was saying, no. She deserves this. Yeah.
All the time she made me cry. Shit.
Right. He's like, I'll let her have it. And I was better for it. She was better for it. And we in a much better place now. But what I'm trying to say is, when I talk about us, you know, it starts with us, that we're the problem. You gotta love yourself. Find ritual or something to motivate yourself. And if you have kids, show them love. Even when they fuck up.
Let them know they wasn't an accident, even if they was.
Right. You know. And I'm talking about those fuck ups that you are known, that you did a long time ago, that you probably did 5 times over. That your punishment was 10 times as worse as what you about to give them. And just laugh about it, like, look, you know I gotta take your phone, right? But I remember when I did the first time, my mama almost beat the freaking black off me, and then I had to wait for my daddy. I was begging for my mama to continue whipping my ass because my dad go hold back. My mama may have beat the black off me, but my dad gonna knock the soul out of me. That's a big difference.
Daddy gonna make you remember that shit.
Oh yeah.
Your mama's just gonna be. It's gonna be a whole bunch of yelling. I'm gonna beat you. You gonna hurt. You gonna cry. But your daddy, that's when he want to talk to you. I'm gonna have a 15-minute conversation with your son. Just long as you know that as soon as I finish this conversation, this belt in my hand is gonna get real fucking warm.
Mm-hmm.
But before it gets real warm, I need you to know why I'm about. That's a good thing about fathers that they need to bring back, and the whole thing of discipline. Discipline done right. We didn't get our asses beat. We got beat for dumb shit, but when we deserved it, there was a conversation. Yeah. We knew exactly why. Yeah. We may not have agreed with it then, but we know exactly why. We knew we shouldn't have did it. We knew we shouldn't have got caught. Our parents had a nice little conversation with us, expressing why it was wrong, what was wrong, and why they felt some kind of way about it. Mm-hmm. And then they proceeded to beat and skin the black off your ass.
Mm-hmm. Or Beast, the father knows that the mama just BSing and she just having a bad day. Like, son, come on, let me talk to you. I ain't gonna whip your ass because your mama tripping.
No, that make the worst ones is when, because we gonna be old school here, when they just tell you strip. Or they take some shit like strip down, or they take some shit like get in that damn room, and you just waiting and waiting, and then fear has them put your ass to sleep, and then next time you see them, they waking you up for dinner, but last thing you remember was you about to get ass whooping, so it's come on down here and get something to eat, boy. Okay. They done forgot about your whole ass whooping. You ain't. You thinking it's some kind of mental game that they messing with you. Like, when is it gonna happen? Y'all gonna beat me after I take my bath? Oh, you cold-hearted bastards. Like, beat me now while I'm on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
like them
They
the
hope
worst
that
kind of
you'll-
beans. The beans you don't get. They just all in here.
Yeah, they just freaking hold that shit on top of your head, and you realize when you actually do something wrong that, damn, this beat is worse than before. You thought I forgot about that ass whooping, huh? I just
That's
put
when it
that
come
all
back
in
like,
together.
oh, you thought I was gonna forget? Nah, little nigga, I figured you gonna fuck up again in another week.
Yeah.
Ha
Uh-huh.
Remember
Gotcha.
this.
Mhm. So basically, for us to start supporting each other, we have to understand and you said it right. Remember where we came from, and then also love yourself. Do whatever, do a ritual, talk to yourself in the mirror, motivate yourself. If you got kids,
Michael Jackson
hug
said it best. Talk with the man, start with the man in the mirror.
yeah,
And how
talk
my
with
dad
them.
explained it to me growing up was like, look at yourself in the mirror. Get comfortable with your flaws. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, do you honestly expect others to like it? If you can deal with what you see in the mirror every day, you ain't got to worry about what other folk got to think of you.
Yep.
Like I know
And
I
this
got a
is-
crooked ass smile. I know I got a crooked ass smile. When I smile, it go the opposite way. I got a snarl and everything on my right side. I look like I'm geeked up on coke when I smile. I done had my friends ask me that when they see me like, hey bro, you geeked up? Bro, I don't even do that. Bruh, your mouth look like mine when I done hit the bag. Like, I just got a crooked smile, bro. What you want me to say? Ain't much I can say else. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I had to spend them days looking at the mirror. And I would do that like for my songs, just going over lyrics, acting like as if I was performing, because I had to be comfortable with that. I had to know what the fuck I look like when I'm out here doing it. Because if I'm cool with how I look, I ain't worrying about the audience.
Mhm.
That's how we need to take that. I like the black person I see. When I look in the mirror, I'm speaking on behalf of all black folk. We need to look in the mirror and be like, I love this black person.
Mhm.
I see a black king. I see black royalty. I see black excellence. I see all those who have came before me and sacrificed and paved the way to make it here. I see the sum of all the greatness of every one of my ancestors. That's what I see when I look in the mirror. Fix your mind to say that. Fix your heart to believe that. Fix your spirit to imbue that and enhance that feeling. Because if you see yourself as a black god, as black royalty, you can have a million fucking Karens being in your goddamn face and a million fucking crooked ass racist cops in your face. Nothing they say gonna mean nothing. You can have a whole bunch of skin folk, kin folk, coon ass niggas that's gonna hate. Ain't gonna mean nothing.
And
Because
they
you
will
just have to
see
remind
that.
yourself, they don't see the God that I see when I look in the mirror. So they need to fix their eyes.
Mhm. And that's
Especially when
only
I can see
destroying
like
their
I can see the God in Donnell. I can see the black excellence in Donnell. Donnell should be able to see the black excellence within me. And that should go for every black person. You need to be like them memes. You need to be like that Charles S. Dutton meme. When you see a black person, see a black person out here making it, doing right with their life.
Yes.
Fucking right.
Yes.
That's how we need to be. I don't need to know you, my nigga. I do not. I just need to see you out here doing shit. I have made more relationships with just support and folks. Just seeing like, hey, I see you out here doing shit, bro. Ma'am, I just want to let you know I support it. I may not ever give you $1, but best believe I'm gonna spend every bit of essence in my body giving you free publicity. Say, hey, what's that over there? Hey, oh yeah. Oh, that right there? Oh, them's the Shavishes. What's a Shavish? Well, see that little lady right there? Her name is Shay. And she makes these delicious delicacies called Shavishes. You might want to go over there and talk to her real quick. But what they got on there? What you looking for? You're drunk right now. You got some reefer in your system. This is the perfect food for you to be eating right now. Go on. Go on. That's how you support. She might not have got $1 out of me, but she just got a full meal out of this man that didn't even know what the hell was going on. He just so happened to come to ask me. And me having the right mindset and that supportive love, shoot on over there, bro. Hey, Shay, my man over here hungry. He said he want to know what's up with them sandwiches. Now y'all know each other. Go on, talk. Go on. She ain't gonna bite you. Go ahead. Now she got a new customer. Now he got a new business to invest in and tell his people about. All I did was run my mouth.
That's all it is, man. That's all it is. And just with what Beach was saying, it starts small, but it's such a big thing. It's like a seed being planted in the ground. The ground will nourish it, and eventually you got yourself a twig. A twig will turn to a tree, and then a tree just gonna turn to a big ass damn tree.
Yeah.
And that's where we need to do to support each other. Like I say, when you probably saw this time, you're probably thinking business. No, this goes further than that. It goes deeper than that.
Connect your circuits.
Right. And
connect your circuits.
And then Beach, when you was talking about look yourself in the mirror, how you was explaining how you was going with your lips and all that stuff. That shit's powerful.
Yes,
like when you first get started, it may look silly, feel silly, yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, when you look yourself in the mirror and you start doing it every single day, I'm not even gonna lie. I think the first couple of times, and I'm not talking about silly. Yeah, I'm not even talking about without silly. Right. I'm not even going to say. Because I got started back again, like I said, alluded to earlier. But when I started doing this for the very first time, I ain't gonna lie, I cried. Because I was like, man, I never looked myself in the mirror and just really say, I love you. It's like I heard I love you for the first time and it meant something. I ain't gonna lie. It broke me down. And many of y'all probably gonna get that because when you tell yourself I love you, it's going to, if you had walls up thinking that nobody loves you, you telling yourself that those walls going to crumble. And it's like as they would say, it's like a come to Jesus moment with yourself. You go like, damn, like, yo, where is these tears coming from? You could be tearing like you just came from a funeral. But I would say the funeral of a sense of the self-hate and the fear of looking yourself in the mirror. That's what you're crying for, because that side is gone. Now you're introducing yourself to yourself without any judgment, without any, bad things to say about yourself. This is you looking at you. This is your body of work. Nobody can take away what you have put for yourself or say to yourself but you. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, do it. Like, I'm going to go, once I get into my unit, I'm definitely going to therapy. Military's paying for it for free. So hell yeah.
Get it.
I'm going to go through therapy. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to talk to some people. Well, not some people, but talk to a person. And I'm going to get a lot of stuff off my chest. And I just feel good about myself. And I guarantee you, Beast, he probably thinking about going to therapy and all that stuff.
Oh, I've done it. So I'll be the first to tell you, I've done it. I've done it. It was court ordered. It was court mandated, but I did it. And it was one of the best things I've ever done. It's one of the reasons why I've taken in a love for psychology and just understanding the mind more as one of my actual career paths later on in life, because everyone feels cool talking to me. So I know what the benefit of being that unbiased, being around an unbiased voice, because that's all therapy is. You're just around. It doesn't have, when we say go to therapy, Black folk, we're not asking you to go to some random ass person you ain't never met. If you can do that and seek that correct professional help, go for it. But if you just know a wise, calm, unbiased opinion, if you just know somebody that you can just come talk to, that's all you really need. Somebody that you can just say the darkest things, the most oddball things, the things in your mind that make you feel insecure or make you feel some kind of way about yourself. Being able to talk with someone and having them acknowledge it without feeling any resonance of judgment is a beautiful thing. You can move forward just knowing that, hey, I can talk to this person. If I just need some little bit of clarity, make sure I'm thinking right, I can go to my professional therapist. I can go holler at my mans. I can go holler at that deacon that I'm cool with at church. Or I can holler at my weed man up the street because he always be keeping it real. I go holler at the damn wino up at the corner because he always be dropping knowledge. Just wherever you feel that peace and that understanding spirit, go to. Seek it out.
And
you will be surprised in the long run.
Yeah. And speaking of that, we have hit the final part of the show. We'd like to thank Real Chapel Popcorn for sponsoring no commercials through this whole entire
OG
show.
sponsor.
Thank you. Thank you, Real Cheddar Boy Popcorn, as it's strolling at the bottom. We have hit the final points. Beast, you got any final points before we head on out?
Y'all leave Kevin alone. Y'all just mad because he's saying stuff y'all don't want to hear. Understand this. See, the Bible says the truth, like the spirit, is a double-edged sword. It is not made to comfort you. It is made to cut, to separate the weak and the insignificant from the true purpose. That's what the truth is for. It ain't meant to make you feel good about yourself. It's meant to spark a thought, to bring conversation, to be the catalyst for change. That's what the truth is for. So if somebody tell you something that you don't like, it's most likely the truth. It's something you need to hear. Embrace it and love that person, because we're in the world right now where everyone wants to tell you how they feel. And feelings are like the seasons. They can change in an instant. And even in the midst of summer, you can get you some torrential rain. So don't count on those feelings to be concrete. No, they adjust and move like the ebb and flow of the wind and the water. But that truth is always going to be firm. It's always going to stand tall. Seek the truth, not your feelings.
And this is true. Even though I do say feelings do fuel it, but don't let feelings overcome your decision making. And so my final point is I want to talk about Wednesday. Wednesday, we are our guests for 101 Wednesday. We're going to have Simply Amazing Treats joining the show. As you can see their logo behind me, I moved the right way. Black-owned vegan desserts. I actually got one of their new pastry cups. Delicious. The double chocolate, and then they had the chocolate chip. Then they got the regular chocolate chip, and it was good.
Yeah, I need to holler at them because vegan meat I ain't with. But I feel like vegan desserts could be the thing. Yes. You can find a safer substitute for refined sugar, then yeah, I'm with that. I got diabetes in my family.
Oh, don't worry. Trust me, I'm probably not too far away from that tree either. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're asking you to tune in on Wednesday as we're going to have them as guests on the show. We could be asking questions.
Yes.
We even told them to have some of their treats on the show, including their new brand. And this is going to be a very insightful and exciting show. I know Beast is going to let his people know, and I'm definitely going to let my peoples know to tune in, because we don't want to be the only ones asking questions. We want you, the audience, to ask questions to them too, because this is a venture that I haven't heard of. I heard, you got in Atlanta, you got the vegan-based burger. It's not burger place, but fast food vegan place. I forgot what it's called, Slutty Vegan, which want them to have. I want them to have a pop shop up here. They need to stop BSing, come over here to Seattle. But anyways, I digress. But I had, for the first time in my life, hear about a black vegan bakery. So they're breaking a lot of ground, breaking a lot of history over here in Seattle, and coming from my neck of the woods of Virginia too, as well. So that will make it even more great. But other than that, cannot wait for them to be on the show on Wednesday. But we got to head on out. And don't forget, I probably might do an Instagram live, so watch out for that. But other than that, I'd like to thank Teach for coming in, even though her flight was delayed. Wish her safe travels. She's going to be off the show for a while, but she will be back. But other than that, as for my co-host, Mr. Beast Johnson, as well as me, your great host, Donnell Lamonte Morris. Thank y'all for tuning into another edition of #Faith Black. We will be back on Wednesday. Take that back. On one Wednesday, when we interview the folks from Simply Amazing Treats. Y'all tune
in. Y'all be safe.
Y'all too. Catch y'all later. Thank y'all for tuning in. Bye.
All right.